It's 4 years old.
Okay.
It is 4-year-old single malt blended with bombastic peanut butter, vanilla, marshmallow stout whiskey. So when people have problems with their beer, I turn it into whiskey. And if I can't fix it, then I'm not making vodka, so it's going down the drain.
Hey, nice.
But it came out really nice. Like I said,
Mike.
Adam, I'm sorry. It's very strong on the nose with the peanut butter, but then it's just a nice blend of really good whiskey and single malt. So,
Well, I'm excited.
heck yeah.
Maybe I should go back and take a picture of. We should take a picture of it and post it and say get here by this time, or you missed out.
And I'll show you. Yeah, we could even show them how much whiskey has been pulled for them to taste, because it's 55% plus.
Let's walk back there. Let's walk back there right now and look at it.
Okay.
Behind the.
Making sure that noise wasn't me dropping your microphone. So, you have to, and there's that beautiful smell of honey fermenting,
Man,
which is very
doesn't that
strong.
smell good?
I stirred it so it kind of blew up in the area here. So this is the barrel,
Oh,
barrel
nice.
29.5.
Look at that.
So it is 13.2 proof gallons of bombastic peanut butter, vanilla, marshmallow, and 15.61 proof gallons of my single malt. It went in the barrel September 2nd, 2021. So it is just about 4 years old, just a few months shy.
Nice.
And just so you know, my father's birthday is the 24th, and he's 74 on the 24th of September, September. And when I called him 74 today, he really pointed out that he is not 74 until the 24th of September. But yeah, anyway, so this is not 4 years old until the 2nd of September. But it is still quite nice.
Nice.
Is that the keg we're opening?
This is, I've already opened, I've taken some out of it.
Oh, okay.
Just because it's so tight back here, and I was,
Sure.
in case there
Yeah.
were in
Yeah.
case there was a whole bunch of people, I didn't want to, have an issue.
Yeah, it'd be hard to get good pictures back here. It's
Right.
Yeah. Oh, this is sweet though. back
If
here.
they don't show up, there is a full keg of it over here, barrel 12.5. Maybe we'll have to just,
Well, you know
pour
what?
it back in here and then take
As
it out
soon
of
as
here
he
instead.
lives, if you're not down here, I mean, I'm excited.
But
Yeah, look at all this cool stuff
yeah,
back here,
wood and
man.
copper is always great.
Dude.
and then we still have the original still from Randy's garage for the
Oh,
top
that's
end,
sweet.
anyway.
Where at?
Right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And if you want to try it, it's not light.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And it's packed full of copper too.
That's cool.
Because I couldn't build plates because I didn't know how yet.
Yeah.
And you can tell that was my first attempt at soldering. So
Oh man.
I
What
am
else
going
you got
to
back
get
here?
a top off on mine.
So when you open up a cask, where are you filtering it through? Is that here or is that in another location?
So everything happens here.
Okay.
As far as filtration goes, these little guys are the most I use. I use one really coarse one to catch the big chunks of charcoal because when you dump them in there, the barrel's full of. This is what's in the bottom of it, and this is only a little bit of it. But so yeah, that catches that, and then these ones catch the fines. So it's usually one of those and 3 to 4 of those.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, cool.
And here's my bottling line stuck back here in the corner.
Okay.
But this is the most filtration it gets right there. There are
Everything's bottled through a cheap Walmart swimming pool.
actually it was Rite Aid,
Right, sorry. Little higher quality. No,
and that's actually I use that to hydrate barrels.
Oh, okay.
Just so there's nothing more heartbreaking than getting your system all set up to fill a barrel, and then you start pumping in and it starts seeping out the staves, and you're like, oh my gosh.
no.
So before I fill any barrel, I fill that pool and I give it a day of just spinning it around in the
Okay.
pool.
Wow. This is sweet.
Do you use your barrels?
I do. So I use them up to 4 times, and now the ones that are on their 4th use, those are the ones that are going to be 5, 7, 10, 15-year-old products.
So I went to Woodinville's distillery, and they did an amazing maple syrup.
Right?
And they aged it in their cask. You think about ever doing something like that?
I have thought, it's because I have so much honey, I've really thought about doing that.
Like an aged
Yeah. And that would be, and because I do make so much spirits out of honey. I mean, if you want to take an inventory of this, 3/4 of this is honey spirits, I mean, then, there's single malt and brandy, but the vast, honey's my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So to actually
Do some-
have time or,
And
to age a honey.
how many
and-
people are doing honey like this?
There are more now, but like when I started, there were 3 of us.
Okay.
Now I'm going to say we're probably up to like 11 in the United States and Canada, because there's one in Vancouver, BC. So there's Glass in Seattle, myself, DeMello's in Wisconsin.
Okay.
There's one in Michigan, one in New York, Quincy Street outside of Chicago. Well, there's 6 of us right there, plus the fella in Vancouver, BC, and the original, which is in Dublin, Ireland. Dublin? They're in the Irish Republic, or Republic of Ireland.
Okay.
So there's 8 that I can think of, and I know there's more. I mean, but as far as our bread and butter, there's like 5 of us.
Well, everybody
That's awesome.
that I talk to loves the stuff that you're making. What made you want to get into it?
The honey was an accident. I was buying my equipment, and I bought a lot of used stuff. And the one fella, he had 26, 55-gallon drums full of honey, and I was like, he's like, dude, you won't regret it. I was like, okay. And no, and I haven't. It's amazing. So.
But you seem like you're in the right location too. This seems like to be a pretty good area.
It is, and I mean, we've got the whole Northwest and people. I mean, there is so much distillery tourism.
Yeah.
I mean, I get people. I belong to this thing called Harvest Host, so I'll let somebody park their little self-contained Sprinter minivan or whatever in my parking lot, and all the contract says is they have to buy something. I mean, there's no stipulation on how much, So
Yep.
I mean, you get a guy and a gal parking their van over the night, they're going to have 2 or 3 cocktails, and a lot of times people buy bottles and just go into their, so there's money,
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
a lucrative deal, and yes, I'm going to give a shout out to Harvest Toast because it's a great, and if even if you're not coming to my distillery.
Well, and that's
There's
wineries and stuff,
breweries,
right? Yeah.
wineries,
Yeah.
and farms, and there are other things that are part of it, but
Right.
that's the bread and butter of their
Yeah.
operation too.
Yeah. I got a couple wine memberships down in Walla Walla and stuff, and I hear a lot about that stuff.
Yeah.
Down in that area of them kind of coming and doing that same thing. So, well, thanks for showing us back here.
Yeah.
And put that
Well,
picture up there, so hopefully people will get
And I'll
down
bring
here.
that whiskey up here with us. So.
Yeah.